that was released directly on their...
Your girl Ice Spice is in trouble, man. You know, she's in trouble, you know. They saying her following's going down. You know, the last thing I seen was when she was doing something with Lil TJ. I don't know what all that, you know, had to do with anything, but ever since, you know, she's losing followers. She's losing a lot of fan base, man. And it's crazy to say, but I got something that I want y'all to check out, family. Y'all got to check this out, man. Welcome to the channel, man. The Anything Podcast, the Everything Podcast, man. We're going to tell it all. You know, it's just information that we're given that's already out. It's not nothing that we're making up. You know, everything's allegedly. So y'all got to check this one. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the comments. Hit that subscribe button, man. Love y'all.
Ice Spice has reacted to losing over 540,000 followers after her feud with Cleopatra. Ice has recently faced backlash after Cleopatra launched a scathing TikTok rant against her. She alleged that Ice and her team refused to pay for her hotel, wardrobe, and even food after inviting her to open for Ice on her tour. Cleopatra thinks that her former friend mistreated her and didn't give her enough time to prepare for the tour. Some fans slammed Cleopatra for her accusations, saying that the invitation was an opportunity and that the budget for the tour was for Ice and her production, not for her opener. They think that the investment in wardrobe and hotels would have been more than worthwhile for Cleopatra, as she has increased her popularity as a result of opening for Ice. Other fans have slammed Ice, saying that she has disrespected her former friend. They say that the budget for her tour would have been so high that surely they could have found some space to fit in hotels and food for Cleopatra at least. They say that Ice has forgotten what it's like to be an up-and-coming artist. It seems as though the fans slamming Ice have started to unfollow her too, as Ice has lost over 500,000 followers since Cleopatra uploaded her TikTok. And now, underneath a quote that says, "I don't give any reason for anyone to hate me. They create their own little drama out of jealousy." Ice Spice left a comment. In her comment, she said, "Truth. Ice is suggesting that Cleopatra might not be telling the truth and is potentially using her name for clout, and it's obvious that she doesn't really care that people are unfollowing her." One fan said, "Ice Spice is right. Haters gonna hate. It's obvious that some people are just jealous of her success and are looking for any excuse to bring her down. I'm still a fan and I'm not going anywhere." Another fan said, "Ice Spice is being arrogant. Losing 500,000 followers is a big deal, and she should take it seriously. Maybe there's some truth to Cleopatra's accusations. Ice Spice needs to address the situation instead of dismissing it." For this video's comment question, whose side are you on?
They don't even hide it anymore.
The season premiere of SNL with Ice Spice.
Ooh, look at us, 3 Gen Z icons.
Aren't you like 40?
No. Long time ago, I met this guy and made a deal where I get to stay 25 years old for forever.
What guy?
Tall fella, horns, red fur, I don't know, little hoods.
Keen, that's the devil, dude.
What? I thought it was like a Times Square Elmo or something.
Ice Spice has reacted to losing over 540,000 followers after her feud with Cleopatra. Ice has recently faced backlash after Cleopatra launched a scathing TikTok rant against her. She alleged that Ice and her team refused to pay for her hotel, wardrobe, and even food after inviting her to open for Ice on her tour. Cleopatra thinks that her former friend mistreated her and didn't give her enough time to prepare for the tour. Some fans slammed Cleopatra for her accusations, saying that the invitation was an opportunity and that the budget for the tour was for Ice and her production, not for her opener. They think that the investment in wardrobe and hotels would have been more than worthwhile for Cleopatra, as she has increased her popularity as a result of opening for Ice. Other fans have slammed Ice, saying that she has disrespected her former friend. They say that the budget for her tour would have been so high that surely they could have found some space to fit in hotels and food for Cleopatra at least. They say that Ice has forgotten what it's like to be an up-and-coming artist. It seems as though the fans slamming Ice have started to unfollow her too, as Ice has lost over 500,000 followers since Cleopatra uploaded her TikTok. And now, underneath a quote that says, "I don't give any reason for anyone to hate me. They create their own little drama out of jealousy." Ice Spice left a comment. In her comment, she said, "Truth. Ice is suggesting that Cleopatra might not be telling the truth and is potentially using her name for clout, and it's obvious that she doesn't really care that people are unfollowing her." One fan said, "Ice Spice is right. Haters gonna hate. It's obvious that some people are just jealous jealous of her success and are looking for any excuse to bring her down. I'm still a fan and I'm not going anywhere. Another fan said, Ice Spice is being arrogant. Losing 500,000 followers is a big deal, and she should take it seriously. Maybe there's some truth to Cleopatra's accusations. Ice Spice needs to address the situation instead of dismissing it. For this video's comment question, whose side are you on? Before you go, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for daily news updates on your favorite celebs. Thanks a lot for watching.
Ice Spice is having the worst year of her career, so it looks like Ice Spice is having a very bad year with everything going on with Ice Spice, man. Ice Spice came out of nowhere, you know, Blue with the Munch joint. Then you just started seeing Ice Spice everywhere. She's in commercials with Ben Affleck. She's on the Super Bowl commercial joint with the Starry Soda. She's moving around with Taylor Swift, got songs with Taylor Swift, got songs with Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell Ice Spice anything, right? Fast forward to this year and it's like, man, she's having a bad year, right? From falling out with Nicki, Barb's done cut her off, you know what I'm saying? Dropping the album, going triple plastic, you know what I'm saying? Then you got this friend, Cleopatra, basically calling Ice Spice out. That's two friends that done called Ice Spice out. Ice Spice done lost millions and millions of Spotify listeners. Then she lost 500K followers. I'm like, dang, it's getting crazy out here. But hey, we're going to see what happens with Ice Spice. If she don't be careful, she could be the next Iggy Azalea.
Ice Spice has cried after losing 540,000 followers in one day after her feud with Cleopatra. Ice has been the center of controversy recently after her former friend Cleopatra shaded her in a TikTok. Cleopatra said that Ice invited her to open for her on her new tour, which she was excited about, but it soon turned sour after she found out the financial arrangements of the deal. She said that Ice and her team refused to pay for her wardrobe, food, or accommodation on the tour and didn't give her any time to prepare her act. Some fans have slammed Ice for this, saying that is no way to treat a friend and that it's extremely disrespectful to do that to a smaller artist. They say that Ice could have personally covered her if there was no budget for the opener in the tour. They say that Ice has forgotten what it's like to be a small artist and that she would have been offended if someone did that to her when she was just starting out. Other fans have slammed Cleopatra, saying that there was an opportunity cost to going on the tour and she shouldn't have done it if she wasn't willing to invest in herself. They say that she is entitled and expects Ice to fund her musical career. Just a few hours after the TikTok was released, Ice had already lost over 500,000 followers and is being slammed in the comments of her photos. And now, just one day after losing the followers, Ice left a comment underneath a quote that says, "Some people wants to see you fail, disappoint them." In Ice's comment, she said, "My life every day on the internet. Sometimes I cry over things being tough, but I don't let nobody win." Ice is obviously really upset she's being blamed for this and is getting so much hate for it when she feels as though it isn't her fault. It must be difficult for her to be losing so many followers, especially after the backlash she got for the Central C incident. One fan said, "Oh, I feel for Ice. It's gotta be tough to deal with all this hate and see your followers drop like that. It's easy to forget that celebrities are human too, and this kind of online pile-on can be really damaging." Another fan said, "Good riddance to those followers. If they're that quick to turn on her, they weren't real fans in the first place. Ice Spice doesn't need them." For this video's comment question, does Ice deserve to lose followers? Before you go, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for daily news updates on your favorite celebs. Thanks a lot for watching.
I seen Drake was in your DMs. How was that? How was your experience meeting Drake?
So when he first hit me up, I had just landed in LAX for my Munch open mic, right? And he was like, "Yo, Munch is hard. You're on the radar freestyle is hard." And I was like, "Damn, like, can I post this with the release date?"
It's been speculated that Drake unfollowed you afterwards. Do you want to tell us some tea on that?
He did. I don't know why though.
Shame on you, Drake. Shame on you. You shouldn't have done that.
It's okay though.
She's out here.
It's all love.
Listen, shout out to all my Don Hold It. What the fuck?
Watch as she grins and shifts around. She barely holds hands, then does a gesture at the end, just like at the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna just say this prayer so the Lord can protect us as we go through the rest of the night and the rest of our careers. You know what I'm saying? So everybody hold hands. Hold hands, hold hands. Lord, thank you so much for bringing this amazing group together right now with this amazing stream and our amazing teams, Lord. We are all from the same place, and we are all trying to get to the same place, which is the top. And we all want to experience different things in our lives, chat. So thank you so much for bringing all of us together. And I pray that you allow us to grow on other people, on each other. And I pray that you allow us to reach any measures in this life. And just watch over us daily. You bless us. You allow us to bless other people with our work and our amazing craft. And you help us enjoy this night. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Listen, we need a bottle of rosé. Listen, shout out to all my Don Julio. What the f?
Did she transfer the entity to him?
I pray that you allow us to grow on other people. Allow us to grow on other people.
You know, I had to like really build my self-esteem, and people could be really mean.
Can you believe that? The girl who was just yesterday's princess of rap is now in some seriously hot water. It's like watching a real-life rap soap opera, and guys, it is juicy. So, what happened? How did Ice Spice go from being the new it girl to having two of the biggest names in rap? Here's the plot twist that nobody saw coming. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, two women who've been at each other's throats for years, have found common ground. And that common ground, their mutual dislike for Ice Spice. It's like the old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Nicki, feeling betrayed by Ice's copycat antics and trash talk, has apparently reached out to Cardi. And Cardi, still smarting from Ice's shady lyrics, was more than happy to join forces. This unlikely duo is now on a mission to show Ice Spice that in the world of rap, loyalty matters. They're using their massive influence to turn the tide against Ice, and let me tell you, it's working. So where does this leave Ice Spice? Well, let's just say her career might be skating on thin ice. Sorry, couldn't resist the pun. The Barb's, Nicki's ride or die fan base, have turned their backs on Ice so fast. And Cardi's fans, they're not far behind. Ice is quickly learning that in the rap game, your reputation is everything. But it's not just about losing fans. Ice's credibility in the hip-hop community is taking a major hit. Other artists are side-eyeing her, wondering if they can trust her. And let's be real, when you're known as the girl who betrayed both Nicki and Cardi, getting collaborations might be tougher than solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. If there's a lesson to be learned here, it's that trying to play both sides in a high-stakes game like the rap industry is risky business. Ice Spice's quick rise to fame might be followed by an equally spectacular fall if she can't figure out how to navigate these treacherous waters. She's gone from being the princess of rap to the pariah of hip-hop faster than you can say month.
Ice Spice has dealt with bizarre rumors before. She has climbed the hip-hop ranks exceptionally fast. It all started with her song Munch, released in 2022. She got a cosign from Drake, who moved on fast. This helped her grow bigger and bigger. During her Coachella set, she showed off a new song. Like her song Thank You the Shit Fart, it had poop bars. Some fans didn't mind this. However, some think it's part of a larger trend with Ice Spice. One Twitter user questioned if she has a scat fetish. Ice Spice saw this tweet and replied humorously, "I got a shuttin' on bitches fetish," she wrote. It was a simple yet effective response. It neither confirmed nor denied the allegations. It showcased her personality and got people talking. With Y2K dropping later this year, her hype is at its peak. Only time will tell if she continues with these bars. Hopefully she switches it up a bit. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Do you think she needs to switch up her bars? Is her sound getting old?
What's the stupidest you've bought?
The stupidest I ever bought was when I was in Italy, and I went on like a Chanel shopping spree, and I bought a bunch of gowns that I would like not ever actually wear. It was like $100,000 worth.
Where are they hung up at?
They're sitting in like a styling bag somewhere. Looking back, I'm irritated because I should have bought purses instead.
Well, you could have bought a house.
Well, yeah.
Have you bought a car yet?
I have a G-Wagon. That was always my dream car since I was like really young. It's funny because the other day I was looking back at my memories and I found a picture of me in 2016. It was a picture of me taking a picture of a G-Wagon, and now I got it.
What did I say? Oh, one of my favorite things to say, or like to hear you guys say, is like I beg you pass me that cup.
Back in the summer of 2022, a young female rapper by the name of Ice Spice had just released her breakout hit song, Munch, that instantly took over the summer. Her song was a hit on the TikTok platform, with thousands that quickly turned to millions of people making videos using the song. The internet was obsessed with the song and the rapper, who seemingly came out of nowhere. Soon after the success of Munch, Ice Spice was everywhere, and everyone in the industry had her name in their mouth. This is when Ice Spice went from a viral sensation to an industry upcomer, and in pictures with the top artists in the game, even doing TikToks with the Kardashians. Even Nicki Minaj, who's considered the queen of rap, recently called her the princess of the rap game. Overnight, Ice Spice became one of the most talked about artists in the industry. But how and where exactly did she come from? Was it just a stroke of luck that took her song to the next level, or is there more to the story? If we listen to the story being told about Ice Spice's rise in the industry, her career took off organically, but I am not so sure about that. After doing some research on Ice Spice, I quickly noticed that she, like many other female rappers, is nothing more than an industry plant who for whatever reason was chosen and awarded a career. Nothing about Ice Spice's rise was organic, and she has had help since the very beginning of her music career. Ice Spice was born January 1st, 2000 in the Bronx, being raised in the Fordham Road section. Looking into Ice Spice, it appears that she was into hip-hop but wasn't really making songs until 2022. Ice Spice named Nicki Minaj her role model and said that she started to rap because of her. Ice Spice also claims that she was writing some rhymes in her iPhone notes, but other than that, she wasn't recording songs at that point. She didn't even start rapping seriously until she left college the same year her career took off. The reason Ice Spice even started to rap to begin with was because of a producer by the name of Riot USA, who was attending the same school as Ice Spice at the time and encouraged her to start making music. When they met, he started working with Ice Spice, creating her first song ever, Bully Freestyle, in 2022. Riot USA essentially made her a successful artist, developing her sound. He would help Ice Spice go viral on Twitter, which helped her song gain some traction on SoundCloud. This led me to the question, how was Riot USA able to do so much while being a college student? What most people don't know is that Riot USA was actually connected to the music industry since birth, as he was the son of the legendary radio DJ, DJ Enough. DJ Enough has worked on Hot 97 since the 90s, and he is also Hot 97's mix show coordinator, meaning he decides what gets played on the radio station. Riot USA seemed to have signed Ice Spice and used his father's connection to start getting her some attention. This would explain how Ice Spice was able to go from a completely unknown artist who just started rapping to an overnight rap star. It would also explain the rest of her rise. Not long after Ice Spice dropped Munch, she would sign a record deal with 10K Projects, a deal I'm pretty sure Righteous USA and DJ Enough had a part in. This is a very important detail, as it would explain how Ice Spice managed to get so many high-profile artists cosigns. See, 10K Projects isn't just any other label. It's the label owned by the son of the most powerful man in the industry, Lucien Grange, who's the head of UMG. 10K Projects is owned by Elliot Grange, whose father literally runs the music industry. This means Ice Spice is signed to the same label as Tekashi 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd, which we're going to talk about more in a bit. This would explain Ice Spice's Drake cosign. 10K Project has access to all these big artists. Who's gonna say no to a favor from Elliot, or especially Lucien Grange, who runs the industry? It seems that 10K Project have gotten the Drizzy cosign before for another one of their artists, Trippie Redd, who signed to 10K Projects before 6ix9ine even did. Some of you might remember that Drake had put Trippie Redd on his song God's Plan, but removed them after Trippie Redd leaked the song at a club before it was out. Drake then removed the Trippie Redd verse, but the cosign had already happened, and Trippie Redd's name was associated with Drake's. Drake played a big role in Ice Spice's song Munch taking off as well, as early on, he played their song on his OVO radio, helping push the song to the next level with the Drizzy cosign. She was also seen pictured with Drake, which stamped her in the industry. This doesn't just happen. It's obvious 10K Projects used his father's industry connections to make these things happen. Then we saw Ice Spice get a Cardi B cosign after she was spotted hanging out with Cardi B at an event. One of the most questionable cosigns was the Kardashian cosign, something that is very rare for a new rapper to get. This is when I knew Ice Spice was their new chosen one. A few weeks back, Ice Spice appeared on a TikTok with Kanye and Kim's daughter, Northwest, doing the viral TikTok dance to Ice Spice's hit song, Boy's a Liar. Northwest then posted herself dressed like Ice Spice, pretending to be her. This was the ultimate cosign, introducing Ice Spice to the Kardashian mega fan base. These are not random moments. This is a well-constructed plan that was put together by 10K Projects for her success. 10K Projects is using all of their resources possible to make Ice Spice a big artist. Only a big label like 10K Projects will have the pull to make something like this happen. The The Kardashians wouldn't just interact with an artist like Ice Spice if there wasn't an alternative purpose. The fact that Nicki called Ice Spice the princess of rap lets you know that it appears Ice Spice took the same oath as the rest of these artists. We remember Rihanna was called the princess of the Illuminati in her music video for S&M, openly showing that Rihanna was chosen to be the next megastar. This is exactly what I believe is going on with Ice Spice. She is chosen to be the next big star in the industry. It's easy to see that Ice Spice has been chosen for this. She is doing whatever she is told to succeed. She is just a puppet and sadly being used for the same destructive agenda as the other female rappers in the industry. Ice Spice objectifies herself, selling her beauty just like she is selling her records. She makes herself a product alongside of her music. Her songs are about sleeping around and using men for money, the same toxic gimmick that's guiding so many women to a burning end. This agenda teaches women to leverage their beauty and use it to get whatever.
Alright, y'all, here's the truth. I am Ice's makeup artist, and I'm here to tell you guys the truth about what happened with her and Cleo. So, my friend's over there laughing because she thinks it's like actually insane what happened. Like, she wasn't there, but I was FaceTiming her the whole time. So, basically, everything that Cleo was saying is very much true. And I didn't want to get on no platform and talk about what happened because, you know, I do work with her and I have been working with her for some time now, but it just hurts my heart to see another black woman be put down. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like I had to get on here and just, you know, back her up because I'm sorry. Just hold up. Oh, I'm sorry. No, seriously. I'm back together. It just really gets me because, like, why would she do that to not only me, but her friend? And it really got me because it was like, she never treated me this way before. You know, I always do her makeup. We're always traveling together, like, always, always, always. And just give me 1 second. I'm sorry, someone was calling me. But it was just like, when we got left, this is what did it for me because it was like, okay, yeah, we got on the bus for a couple hours, went to sleep. Okay, that was for me personally, that was fine because it was nothing but a nap. Like, I went to sleep. So when we went and we were in that hotel and they left us, that's when I knew like Ice, like was like, I'm your makeup artist. Like, I gotta eat. Like, I gotta be able to do your face. I can't be doing this on an empty stomach. And this is just I'm laughing because this is so crazy. Like, you gonna do that to me? Y'all went to a steakhouse. You get me? You following? Y'all went to a steakhouse. And all we wanted to do was walk to McDonald's. Alright, y'all. The jig is up. Like, she's caught, basically. Like, that's that. That's all I wanted to come on here and say. Like, she's caught.
7 million listeners on Spotify, so Ice Spice done went from 45 million listeners on Spotify to 18. I wonder why that is. Could it be them barbs done left? Could it be that, right? See, this is what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you, man. I believe Nicki Minaj did a lot for Ice Spice. Her 2 biggest songs is with Nicki. Once that little message came out where Ice Spice was basically dissing Nicki, talking about she's ungrateful and delusional, them numbers been going down, man. I mean, you lost more Spotify listeners than you currently have. That is crazy, right? That's crazy, man. But hey, Ice Spice gonna have to learn. We're gonna see where her career goes. I believe this is gonna continue, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of her fans were banging with her after she started, you know, collabing with Nicki. I personally believe that's what put Ice Spice like on the top, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the top rappers. Once people was like, oh, she's on a jump with Nicki, and that song, I believe that song blew, and that song helped the movie do numbers. The Barbie movie did numbers, and that song did numbers.
But yeah, Cleo too, you forgetting a whole bunch of other shit that happened too. Or like to mention it. Like when we was in Miami in a truck on the way to the club and you was on aux. Y'all, I don't know if this girl forgot to unadd the album or something, but y'all know who album rocking right now. Y'all knew what the fuck came on. Yeah, Ice was heated. Brokey. So obviously, you know, Ice tell her like, she like, turn that weak ass shit off. And like the way she was looking at her and the way she said it, it was like she basically said, I'm finna smack the shit out you. So now, right, we pull up to the club. So we in a club, we in a corner. It's me, Cleo, and Riot. We letting Ice like be all up in the front, do her thing right now. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm peeping, Ice keep turning back around to see where Riot at. So it's me, Cleo, Riot. So I can tell Ice was low-key like, what the fuck? Like, why is he on that side? Why he, you know, that type of shit. So she keep looking back with a stank face. But she not saying nothing, but we all slick like, you know, like, she just want her man up there type shit. So, you know, Riot being cool, like, he talking to Cleo and shit like that. Like, he low-key was peeping what the fuck was going on. And he was low-key, like, feeling bad type shit. Like, I can tell he was low-key feeling bad about that shit. So, you know, he, like, passing shots. He passing her shots. She passed me the bottle. We hitting the bottle, shit like that. But once he actually passed her the bottle, that made Ice, like, come back around, like, to come grab him type shit. She all like, bring your ass over here, woo, woo, woo. She not even telling us to come over there. Like, we like, what the fuck? Like, that shit weird as hell. So now, as the club, like, ending, we supposed to be leaving and shit like that. Now it's 2 separate trucks outside. Like, you know, obviously stating that it was gonna be 2 different rides. So Ice and Riot, they get in one truck, me, Cleo, and this other girl get in the other truck. And we was just all talking all over it. Like, what we thought over the night type shit. And we all low-key peeped and thought the same thing, like, did she think Riot was on that type shit? Like, what type of time she was on? But shit, ain't no type of time and Riot was on too, though. Because Cleo was looking good as fuck, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, so now we in the car, and like I said, Riot was already peeping that Ice was low-key doing Cleo petty. So he ended up texting her. And when he texted her, this how we knew her ass was on some weird shit and she felt some type of way. Like, what she said was just out of proportion. Like, she was doing way too much. Like, I ain't even know the bitch talk like this. And for all the motherfuckers that saying I'm trolling and shit, no, I'm not trolling. Like, she fired me, so it's like, fuck, I might as well. Like, I might as
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Cleo. So, y'all know me. I've always been vocal about everything, about literally everything. Nobody can shut me up. Nobody can silence me. Like, was you silenced or was you silenced? Okay, and nobody's gonna do that to me. This video isn't to bash anyone. This is for me to speak on my experience and what I went through. And I want my fans to learn from this. My fans, my followers, my supporters, my future fans, followers, supporters. You don't even have to like me. I want y'all to literally take this situation that I'm about to break down to y'all and be inspired by it. And understand that no matter what the opportunity is, nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity. It does not matter. It does not give a door, an open way for somebody to try to humiliate you or try to make you feel less than. And I feel as though being such a confident Black woman, I'm sorry. I'm ashy as fuck as a Black woman. I didn't even want to like start tearing, okay? Anyways, as a Black woman, a confident one who knows exactly who she is and exactly what she wants in this world, people are so intimidated by it. And it's either you're intimidated and scared of it or you love it and you just love it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I was around somebody who was clearly intimidated by me, like, and just who I am as a person. And at first, it might have been something that they liked. But as you can see, I only go up. And I could be seen as a threat to somebody who clearly isn't confident. I can fall out with a friend over miscommunications, misunderstandings. that's okay. You know, we can work it out. Honestly, it's not something that is like has to end everything. You know what I'm saying? But you actually have one time to show me that you are jealous, intimidated, untrustworthy, fake, disloyal, and genuine, manipulative, and calculated. And I promise you that will be the last time you ever play with me. Now I will break down how it ended. And for a lot of people that don't know, me and Ice did not grow up together. That is not my childhood friend. I met her 2 years ago. Before she blew up, I was very supportive of her. Before she even blew up, I was somebody that genuinely liked her. I was like, this girl is so cute. I seen her video on my Explore. She didn't even drop her viral song yet. And I was so supportive of her. Now, anyways, I'm just going to tell the story because you guys deserve to know. You guys deserve to know why we are not friends anymore, because a lot of y'all loved us being together. You guys do deserve to know why we're not friends. Y'all do deserve to know who y'all are so obsessed with. Y'all love her so much. Y'all deserve to know who that girl is as an actual human being. As an actual human being. Fuck looks. Fuck looks. Fuck all of that. As a human being, at your soul. Y'all deserve to know. So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga. I got stuff that I could be doing. I could be getting money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch you perform kind of crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gagged. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever brought me out on stage. I was like, oh, wait. Okay. Like, I guess this girl, and in my head, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, I guess she's really trying to make up for that fake shit that got exposed like a month ago. Like, she's really trying to, like, you know, be a actual friend, because that shit was weird as fuck. And I checked her about that shit. And even for her to apologize was like pulling teeth. Like, girl, you got caught calling your friend jealous for no fucking reason. And her excuse was that I didn't speak up when I was asked if she was Nigerian. Like, girl, I met you a month before that video. I didn't even know you was Nigerian. So that was kind of weird to me too, that she was upset at me for not knowing if she was Nigerian. And she said that you could have at least said I was black. Like, girl, I didn't even know you. Am I your PR? Am I supposed to be clearing up every time somebody's asking about you being black or Nigerian? Like, that's not my role. And I don't even know you. And I don't even know you. So I was so confused. Anyways, we moved past. Anyways, after that situation that had happened with her ex-best friend exposing her for calling like just about everybody jealous, that was kind of like sick too. Because why do you think everybody's jealous of you? She literally tried to link me being jealous of her with that interview of me not knowing if she was Nigerian. And I'm just like, girl, are you crazy? And she never said that she felt the way. And it was just like, I didn't even know that she was mad at me. She's just in messages talking about me. So she tells me, like, I think everybody's jealous of me. Don't take offense to it. I say that about everybody. I'd say that everybody's jealous of me. I even say that about my mom. Like, that's kind of sick. But, okay. Like, okay. Fast forward, though, I started thinking that a lot of the things that Ice was doing was calculated. Like, even the thing after her best friend exposing her, it was like, oh, like, let's go to the basketball game. Come with me to this basketball game. I'm thinking, like, oh, she just wanted me to come with her to a basketball game. Like, maybe she's trying to make it up. I don't know why I kept thinking like she was trying to make it up for being, like, caught being fake. But it was just, like, even the basketball game, it was, like, one day later, she's, like, dropping a song. It's like every time she's like inviting me out, because we never chilled on some like chill shit, bro. Like, it was never like just some chill. It was always like in the blogs the next day and the song is dropping too. So it was like, what? This girl kind of uses me for her rollouts. So I'm just like, okay. When the tour thing came out, I'm like, oh, she's actually trying to like give me something now. Like, okay. She's trying to make it up. She's trying to be an actual good friend. I made a flyer announcing that I was going to be coming on tour with her. It did not even get reposted. It didn't even get a comment or a like, and she was tagged in it. The bill, it didn't even have my name on it. Like, just about nobody knew I was coming on tour. It was like a special guest. Like, she didn't even like shine any sort of like her own light on me. It was like kind of like all me. Like, I want my fans to come out. Like, she didn't really try to like mesh me in with her actual fan base or try to like put her fan base onto me. Very calculated, you know? It was just given like, oh, let's let Cleo eat, but we gonna give her crumbs. Like, we gonna shine light on her, but let's dim it. You know what I'm saying? It just gave that so much. Online says the show starts at 8. It would even say 9 sometimes. And guess what time I was going on? At 7:30, 7:45. I was going on before the show starts. So that was kind of weird in itself. I had no idea what to expect going on tour. I had no idea until I got on tour and started seeing certain things. And I'm just like, wait, why don't I have that? I didn't have a room. I was told I was going to be with her, but I didn't have a room. No room for me backstage at all. I was in her dressing room. I didn't have no writer. I was with her. And before I came on tour, I asked her, what were the things that I was going to have to pay for? Because this is so last minute. Like, you're only giving me one day to prepare. Like, it's July 30 something and we going on tour August 1st. Like, girl, like literally one day. So I'm just like, what do I have to pay for? Nothing. You're going to be with me. You're good. You're going to be with me. So I was like, okay, everything is handled. I'm just going to go. I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to make the absolute best out of it. I don't have no dances or nothing. I'm just going to go out there and do what I can do. So that's that. I'll tell y'all how the tour went now. Please keep in mind that before I went on tour, I had one day to prepare. One single day. Everything was a rush, but you know, I'm looking at this like, okay, this is going to be good for me. And again, I didn't know what to expect. This is my first tour. Like, I wasn't allowed to bring anybody. She said if I brought anybody, I was going to have to pay for their hotel and transportation. I'm just like, girl, I didn't even have time to prepare for this. Like, I only got one day. Like, you feel me? Like, you, it's damn near like me putting everything, like putting my needs to the side to accomplish something. I have things to pay for myself as an independent artist. So, of course, I'm thinking, like, of ways to not come too much out of pocket for a tour that doesn't even have me on the bill. Like, I'm not even on the lineup, like, okay. Anyways, let's go into how the tour went. So, first couple of days was cute. We went to Philly, and this is when things go left now. Yeah, we're in a hotel room. We're not sure if we're gonna like bring our bags to the venue, because I guess like we were gonna come back to the hotel. But she told me, don't leave your bags at the venue. You might need some. You don't leave your bags at the hotel. You might need something in it. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it. Her security, who brings all her bags, she has like 10 bags. He brought my bag. Brought the bags down. And now we're at the venue, and I do need something in the suitcase. Like, I had a wardrobe malfunction, like she said I probably would have. That's that she cursed me, okay? Because now I do have a wardrobe malfunction. So I'm like, oh, how can I get the bag? She's like, tell the security to get it for you. I go to the security. I'm like, can you get my bag out the trunk? Because I have no idea where the trunk is, where the car went. We just came into the venue like, we artists, we working, whatever. He goes, he gets the bag. Brings it upstairs. I change, End of the show. I put my bag next to her 10 bags and the big black dresser. And yeah, I'm thinking everything is going to be moved like back into the truck and we could, you know, leave, go back to the hotel. I turned around and my bag is still there. My bag was still there. All her bags was gone. I'm just like, why would somebody just leave my bag? Like, I'm like, I asked the security, I'm like, can you take my bag? He said no. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? He brought all her bags. He can't take. Okay, I'm like, can I pay somebody to bring my bags down? Because I didn't want to bring the bags down. Why would I want to bring the bags down? I'm just a girl. So I'm asking around, nobody's word. So I'm like, all right, let me bring the bags. I'm tight though. I'm tight. Like, I'm not used to this stuff. Like, what the fuck? I'm just supposed to be performing. Need I remind you, I'm not even allowed to bring somebody on tour with me. So I didn't really have anybody helping me. It was just me. But I feel like she could have simply said to the security, like, take Cleo's bag. Don't forget Cleo's bag. But I got a sense that she just wanted me to struggle. And that's kind of fucked up as like a friend. Like, so I carry the bags. I take one duffel bag. I'm walking down. It's pouring outside. I put it in the car. The fans are screaming, Cleo, can we get a picture? Cleo, can we get a picture? As I'm struggling with a bag. And it's like very embarrassing. It's like very embarrassing. Like, never do fans want to take a picture with me while I'm like carrying big ass bags looking like that. I had to make a second trip for the suitcase. I made the second trip for the suitcase. Do it again. Raining outside, dragging the suitcase, fans in my face. It was so fucking humiliating. I was like, what the fuck? I get in the car, I'm tight. Like, I'm fake drenched and I'm tight. Like, and the car ride is silence. And I know she peeped why I was mad. It's like she just doesn't give a fuck. So we went to the hotel now. When we pull up to the hotel, she's like, oh, like, telling the security guy what bag she wants taken out the car because we was about to go to the hotel so she could take a shower. But it's like, I perform too. I want to take a shower too. So I'm just like, you the only one that's taking a shower? I want to take a shower too. She's like, oh, you got to tell him what bags to take out or he's not going to take it. And I'm just thinking to myself, didn't I just tell this guy to bring my bags to the car and he said no? So why would I think that he's going to take my bags out because I said so? You know, it's like she just didn't want to speak for me at all. She just wanted to show that you're here alone, bitch. Like, I'm just like, wow. So I come out the car and I'm just telling the bellman, because at least there's a bellman here, and what bags to take out because I'm going to take a shower too. So we go upstairs and it's like, after the show, it kind of gives like a rush vibes because we're trying to like hurry up and get back on the bus. So we're in the hotel room and I have this feeling in my chest. I don't know if anybody else who's a real ass bitch gets this feeling. And it's just a feeling and I'm just like, I have to say something, because if I don't say something, I'm going to start moving like I don't like her. So I want to at least say how I feel, get her take on it instead of being angry and just letting it build up frustration in me. So she's in the shower and I'm like about to take my makeup off so that we can, like, you know, I'm not waiting for her to get out the shower to take my makeup off, and it's just delaying us because we're trying to hurry up. So I went to the bathroom, I'm taking my makeup off, and I'm like, yo, you know you asked me to like take my bag. I mean, not you asked me. I'm like, yo, you know you told me to take my bags with me to the venue. You said that was it was smart for me to take my bags and the reason why. And you even told me to tell your security to bring the bags upstairs. So why would it be a problem for him to bring the bags back to the car? And she goes, that's my security. He works for me. If he feels like he's doing more work, he's gonna want to get paid more. So I'm like, how much does he want to get paid more? Because if I'm gonna be with her this whole tour, I would pay him more. I'll pay him more to carry my bags. I don't want to be carrying my bags. I don't. Like, y'all seen all the fans seeing me carry my bags? That was crazy to me. So I'm like, all right, we got to figure this out. So, like, how much you want to get paid more? He's like, he gets paid a flat rate. I'm like, is this girl serious? She said it like she had no idea what flat rate meant. If he gets paid a flat rate, that means that he'll move a house for you. He's getting paid to work for you. He got paid to work for you. He's moving anything you tell him to move. He's moving anything that you tell him to move. So I'm like, girl, I was carrying them bags out. Like, the fans was all in my face. She started making it seem like she understand, like, oh, yeah, that's crazy, da-da-da. But then she goes back to being weird, and she's just like, he can't leave my side. Like, he can't leave me. That's why. Like, girl, what you mean he can't leave you? So now I catch her again. She's just weird. I'm just like, what you mean he can't leave you? We was up there waiting for him to bring all your bags. He left you several times to bring your bags to the car. He left you a lot of times already. She's like, oh, why would I wait for him to bring your bags to the car? I'm like, The conversation was done after that. It was done. I said, okay, I know the type of girl that I'm dealing with. She's very selfish. Why would we just waited for him to bring your bags? What you mean, why would we wait for my bags now? Like, girl, what? I got out the bathroom. That was the end of it. I didn't bring up that situation no more. I charged it to the game. And charging something to the game is normally something you do regarding business. But I thought that this girl was my friend. So I'm like, why would I have to charge something to the game in this situation? Like, this is supposed to be my friend. But gradually I start seeing that she wasn't really my friend. And that was like the beginning of it. Now, what I didn't know, which I later learned after bringing up everything I went through to her, I learned that this situation where I said something about my bags was the reason why I got mistreated the entire tour after that. And I had no idea that she was so tight at me for saying something. Because she's the type of person who doesn't like to be she doesn't want anything said to her. She feels too big. She feels too highly. She's on her high horse. Nobody can say nothing to her. But that's the type of person I wouldn't want as a friend. Like, I don't want a friend that I can't tell about themselves. Like, I can't tell you about yourself because you're famous. Like, that's sick. It doesn't matter how famous you are. We're still all human beings at the end of the day. And you still could get checked and you still could get told about yourself. Whatever though, so we went to the next places, got back to New York. The New York show was like, I was so like indecisive if I wanted to continue the tour because the bag situation. And I'm just like, oh, because I'm not going to have anybody, but me and my managers was working on getting somebody. Anyways, so of course this story is long as fuck because it was 30 days of hell. So yeah, the New York show, I was real indecisive about like continuing the tour, but I have this drive in me where I feel like God wouldn't put me in a situation that I cannot handle. And I felt like he put me in this situation. He gave me this situation, and if I couldn't handle it, he wouldn't have. So any way that anybody is about to treat me, I will overcome it. I'm going to overcome everything. You are not going to trick me out of my spot. You are not going to make me feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I am moving by the grace of God. And that's just that. I don't care. I don't care. And from that moment forward, I said, I'm not even going to speak on anything that makes me feel uncomfortable or makes me feel unwelcomed. But at the end of this, I'm going to say how I feel. I am going to say how I feel. Because right now in this moment, I feel like I'm on tour with somebody that don't even fuck with me for real. That's not even really my friend. The New York tour, her dressing room was kind of small. I never have a dressing room. You know what was kind of weird? That she said that I was going to be with her the whole time. Like, I was going to be with her. You're going to be with me. You're good. And when I would come inside the venue, her whole tour production team, they would act like they have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Like, did she not tell you guys that I'm supposed to be in her room? They're just like, oh, we don't have a room for you, but here, they'll give me like a bathroom. The bathroom that everybody's using. They'll give me the bathroom and say, well, you can get dressed inside this bathroom right here. And I'm just like, I'm supposed to be in her room though. Like, I'm confused. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was just confusing. So they would like show me bathrooms and little corners that I can get ready in. And I'm just like, what? But need I remind you, every time there was a special guest or somebody that ICE wanted to bring out, they was always accommodated. Somehow they was always able to find a room, and they always had a room for themselves. I never had a room. And I was okay with that because I already came on tour knowing that I was going to be with her. But it annoyed me when they would act like they had no idea where I was supposed to be at. That was confusing to me. So the dressing room is small, and I asked her, like, oh, can I get ready inside your room? She's like, come and see the room. I come and see the room, and the room is large enough for us to get ready in it. like, bro, you invited me on tour, bro. We supposed to be trying to thug it out and make it work because we're friends and we're girls. Like, hello? So we're getting our makeup done. Our chairs are like just back to back, but the room is not, it's not like there's a couch. Her wardrobe is able to fit in it, which is a big ass wardrobe. All her stuff is able to fit in it. She's good. She's good. And I'm good too. I give her space. After I'm done dressing up, I get out the room. I do not sit around in the room and shit because she don't even allow niggas to sit in the room. She just give niggas the boot like anytime she feel like it, which was kind of like weird too because like, girl, why I can't just sit in the room and chill? Like, whatever. So, oh yeah, I forgot. That's because she was tight ever since the Philly show when I said something about the luggage. That is why everything was weird afterwards. Now, I put my bag, literally a tote, on the side of her couch, and she knows it's mine, because she knows that's my bag. I put it on the side of the couch. Her mom and her little sister came in the room, so everybody got out the room, like an hour goes by. I, like, go downstairs. I walk past the room. I see my bag, like my Telfar bag, outside of her door. And I'm just like, wait, why would they kick this little bag out? Like, this little bag was on the side of the couch. Like, why would it need to be kicked out the room? But it's crazy now, a few days later, and I'm not accusing anybody of nothing. It could have been anybody. You know what I'm saying? It could have been somebody that walked past the door and seen a bag in the front of Ice's door. My card was used. $700 and something was used at one of those designer retail websites like Essence or something. I was so gagged. I was just like, what? But of course, called my bank, got my money back. I didn't even make it a thing. But imagine somebody that only has $700 and something in the account. And like, yo, and just imagine how other people could react to that. Like, they would be so fucking gagged, bro. I'm just like, whatever. You know, that's crazy. Because why would you kick my bag out? But like I said, I'm not even going to say nothing. She probably going to argue with me. She probably going to say something. Now, I stayed in New York a couple of days to work on my video shoot. When I came back, everything changed. So she told me to take a bunk on her bus because Riot was coming to the back. Riot's coming, so take a bunk on the bus. I was like, okay, girl, I'm not going to cock block. You want to be with your man? Cool, granted. That's what she told me, though. So I'm thinking, when you done, this is like a who knows, the bus ride is mad long. I'm thinking we're going to go back to the hotel when we get to where we going, like we're going to be in the same hotel. So when she got out the back room on the bus, we came out together. It was her, Riot, me, and the security were walking towards the elevator. We go inside the elevator. And this is something that she could have texted me, because she texted me when she said that he was coming on the bus and for me to take a bunk on the bus. So she goes, in the elevator, you're not going to get your own room? I was like, what? I didn't know I was getting my own room. I was mad confused. I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to understand. And I stopped the elevator door from opening. Girl, why you can't say nothing to nobody? Like, why do you always try to give like an embarrassment kind of vibe? Like, it's not even embarrassing, but it's like, that's the vibe that you make it seem like you try to give all the time. Like, girl, you could have texted me that. Cleo, make sure you get your own room. This is the hotel we staying at. Like, damn, why we gotta get to the hotel and you telling me you're not gonna get your own room? Like, I could have had the room booked already before we got here, boo. But on top of that, I didn't even know that I was paying for hotel rooms, because they're staying at five-star hotel rooms every place. Her label's covering everything. Label. Everything's covered. You know what I'm saying? I'm an independent artist. Why would I come on this tour knowing that I had one day to prepare? Now I'm going to have to pay for 5-star hotels in every city. This is not something that I signed up for. This is not something that I was prepared for. This is not something that I told my label about. Maybe they could have, not even maybe, they would have helped me. But you gave me one single day to prepare for a tour that you knew about months ago. That's so crazy to me. But we know why now. We know now that you added me to the tour simply because you wanted to damage control. The situation with Baby Stormy was making you look crazy. You thought to yourself, and this is things that I realized after the fact. I told y'all, I really thought that she was trying to make it up. But it wasn't a makeup matter. It was her trying to clean up everything that was going on with her. And let's add Cleo to the tour so so people think that I'm a good friend. So people think that I give opportunities to her and I'm nice and I'm good. Her hairstylist end up saying like, you should stay. You got your fans coming out. You already promoted it yourself. Like, your fans is coming to see you. Do it for your fans. She put that battery in my back to really, like, I had to get my head back on a swivel. Like, yo, like, make this situation what you can make it and just ignore everything else. Fuck it. And at the end of this, you will address her and you will tell her how this situation made you feel. And if she doesn't care, that was never your friend. Some people don't even know and like, they don't know how they're making you feel until you tell them. But if she doesn't care, she was never your friend. So I end up staying with the hairstylist. She let me stay inside her hotel room. Every city that we went to, I stayed with her, and she was mad nice, and it was so fun with her. Like, it really just gave, like, it was just fun. Like, it felt like how it was supposed to be with Ice, but she's fucking boring. Like, she's boring. She doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't even want to play Uno. She doesn't even want to do anything. The bus rides be bad, boring. It just be boring. So, like, being with her hairstylist really showed me, like, the fun side of the tour. And she even said it herself, like, yeah, you made this tour so, like, easy going, like, you just made it fun. And I'm glad that she felt that way because she made that for me too. And thank you, girl. Now moving forward, this is when it starts to really feel like mistreatment and just weird stuff. So I'm just like, how am I not a part of the budget but y'all invited me on tour? Like, who? And why didn't they tell you that make sure Cleo's good? Make sure Cleo's good. Cleo is a part of the budget. Make sure Cleo's good. The same way you told me that I was going to be good. Why is your production saying that I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Chicken salad? I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Y'all could have bought that chicken salad and literally got the money from my manager or me. But y'all wanted to show me so bad that I can't get nothing and that nobody is here for me that I couldn't even get a chicken salad. I yagged. I was like, wow, this shit is corny. I ain't saying nothing, though. Remember, I said I wasn't saying anything about anything. I was just going to take everything in and whatever. So my manager ends up getting me an assistant to come on tour with me, somebody to help. They met me in Chicago. So now the Chicago show was lit as fuck. It was so fun. I love Chicago. But yeah, she came, she helped me, whatever. And the only reason why she even came in the first place was because she was told that she was going to be able to go on Riot's bus. And then at the end of the show, she was told that Riot said you can't come on his bus. And she was just so confused because that's the reason why she came all the way to Chicago in the first place. And Riot is not even on his own bus. He's on the bus with Ice. So it was just so mind-boggling, you know? And he probably didn't even say that. They probably just didn't even want me to have anybody. And that was the vibe that I was starting to get, that they actually do want me to struggle. They want me to struggle a little bit. They want to see if I'm gonna stay. It's like they want to put this pressure on me. And let me tell you, the devil will not win, boo. He will not win. He will not win. He will not win. He was starting to get to me, but he didn't win. Sent her all the way back to New York, and I was left again with nobody. I got a little piece of help, and then I was done for. Now we're in Texas. We're in between Texas and Mexico. What do you guys think of when y'all think Texas, between Texas and Mexico? Desert, tumbleweeds, nothing for miles. No Uber Eats, no Uber 2 Eats, and there's nothing. We're at a Best Western or whatever one of those hotels are. We're in the middle of nowhere. That's how you know, because we're at one of those Best Western hotels. And, yeah, no food. There's a McDonald's all the way down the block, 8-minute walk. Probably going to get bit by scorpions and all sorts of other bugs while walking through the desert to McDonald's. So me and her hairstylist were in the hotel. We just sleeping and stuff. It's like 2 o'clock. We get up around like 5 or 6. I call Ice. I'm getting ready and shit. Me and her hairstylist about to make videos or whatever. I call. I'm like, oh, let's make TikToks. She's like with that soulless demon face, just, you're with my hairstylist, so like, damn, my bad. It was really seeming like she didn't really want me to be friends with her hairstylist, but it's like, damn, bitch, I don't got no friends. So I'm gonna make friends with bitches that actually wanna be my friend. I'm sorry. I hung up on her after that because it was just like, ew, like, all right, I'm with your hairstylist, so what that mean? Like, oh, like, I can't, like, I'm not ready, obviously. Like, it was just the attitude around it that was just so weird and corny to me. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Went downstairs, and I seen her in the lobby, and her and some other boy, one of Ice's friends, is just standing there, you know, with a basketball. I'm like, oh, what y'all just did? Oh, we was playing basketball, whatever, whatever. Nobody said anything about eating. Nobody. I'm like, me and the hairstylist keep talking about food. We like, oh damn, we mad hungry. Like, we mad hungry, just at McDonald's. Or nobody said anything about food while me and her are talking about how hungry we are. Now we go to the boys' bus, tour bus, and we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We fake want a man with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, word, there's a desert, it's scary. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate. Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse. Everybody went to a steakhouse and left me, the hairstylist, and the makeup artist. Everybody went to go get a bite. Steak, mash, cream corn, spinach. And we didn't have anything. We didn't eat at all. We're trying to figure out how to get a McDonald's, and y'all all ate already? Nobody mentioned it. You know why nobody mentioned it? Because it was a secret. It was a secret, and I gagged. One of the things that I have to charge to the game, I guess. I'm like, what? They said, don't say anything. We don't want to make it a problem. All right, I'm not going to say anything. One of the things I'm just going to have to bring up when I'm ready to leave. And that's another thing that I later realized when I reflected on everything, that this girl was really mad at me for saying something about that luggage, bro. She was so mad at me for saying something. Like, she don't want nobody say nothing to her. Like, she tried to low-key torture me. Like, she was trying to low-key do it. Like, she wasn't trying to do it too much, but she was trying to still, like, show me, like, yeah. And I'm just like, I didn't even know that until I brought all of this up to her. And she showed me that she didn't give a fuck. Girl, fuck you. I was like, oh my God, just went on tour with somebody that hates my guts. Wow. So for you guys that don't know how a tour bus looks, it looks like a slave ship. Very similar to a slave ship. 3 bunks stacked up on top of each other very tightly on each side. Some may have more, but this bus that we was on had 3. And then she has her big room in the back, which I was staying at for the first couple of days until I blew things by saying something about my bag. As an artist, why the hell would I want to leave the venue carrying my bags? We'll never know why she wanted me to look so crazy. We'll never know. Actually, we do know. But yeah. So that's how the bus looks. And while we were in New Orleans, there was another situation where we was on the bus from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Me and the makeup artist, me and the hairstylist, well, all of us, we were told to get on the bus because at this point, Ice doesn't even communicate with me anymore, by the way. She like slowly, gradually stopped talking to me. And that's because I think like she realized that I was like getting cool with the people that worked for her. So now it's like she's kind of like treating me like a worker. But I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends. Like, girl, it's like she wanted me to be miserable and alone, and it just didn't happen because that's not what God had planned for me, boo. So they was told to get on the bus at 9. And nobody tells me anything, so I'm just doing what they said, you know. I don't get no text messages, like I said. I don't. She doesn't tell me nothing. So I get on the bus at 9 a.m. because that's what her manager told them. Her manager doesn't even text me. That's how much I don't get anything told to me. So she was literally the one that was supposed to be talking to me. So I get on the bus at 9, wake up at 2, and we're in the same place. So you can think about it. We're on a slave ship, right? From 9 to 2 p.m., in the same place, thinking that we're moving and that by the time we wake up, we won't even be there anymore. So to find out we're in the same place is so crazy. My legs are cramping now. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, niggas is treating us like fucking luggage for real. Like, yeah, let's just throw the luggage on the bus. Like, girl, what? We're humans. Can you tell us that you're not leaving right now? When somebody asks, like, why didn't we leave yet? Because Ice didn't feel like leaving yet. And I'm just like, bro, this is so crazy. I texted her, I was like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm on the way. I'm like, bro, what? You could have been told niggas not to get on the bus because you're not leaving yet. Y'all go and do something. Y'all walk around or look around and just travel around, whatever, because we're not leaving yet. But instead, you let us sit up in that tour bus for that long, girl. And you didn't even give a fuck when I told you about any of this. And that shit is what really hurts the most, how much she didn't give a fuck. So I'm actually glad that I didn't say anything during the tour. Let me tell y'all something. The type of person that I am, bro, if I say how I feel, this is how the situation in Philly made me feel, and I see that you don't give a fuck, that starts to turn me. So I didn't want to be turned so bad that I spaz on her. I swing on her. I'm locked up. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even want that to come out of this at all. Because the way she goes back and forth and the way she's ready to argue, that's somebody that knows that they got people behind her. Because that mouth would not be running like that 2 years ago. I'll tell you that much. I was going to leave after we was left in the desert and they went to the steakhouse behind our backs. I was going to leave after that. But I'm like, you know what? Let me do the Dallas and Houston show. Let me bring my girl Asian out. Let me make the best out of this situation once again. And that was going to be it. My mom, she wasn't able to make it to the New York show. She comes to Atlanta. She's like how she's coming to Atlanta because it was my aunt's 70th birthday and she wanted to see me. So I'm like, damn, I got to do the Atlanta show just for her. Now we're going to get into the dispute that ended everything. So I addressed everything to her. I should actually show how I addressed it. Because although it was very long, I want you guys to also keep in mind how so close friendships and relationships feel. Like the breakup feels the same. The way you express yourself, it can kind of feel the same as like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is very similar. So when I was explaining everything that I went through, it was a long ass paragraph. And like I was talking to my nigga, like I was breaking everything down because I want you to know exactly how I feel and how it made me feel. Exactly what I went through and how it made me feel. I want you to understand it. And I also want you to put yourself in my shoes and ask yourself if you would even go through that. You know what I'm saying? Because people fail to realize that she skipped a very important part in her career, which was the grind. She barely had to do that. She barely had to do that. And that's okay. Some people are lucky. Some people are lucky, and we're going to call it luck. We're not going to call it her being blessed because I don't think the Lord will bless somebody like her. Her soul it doesn't belong to the person above. She is very dark and very soulless. And I've never been around this girl for more than 10 hours. Anytime I hung out with her, it was something very small, a small gathering, a small event. It was video shoots, you know what I'm saying? It never was chilling in the crib, face not done, chilling. You get what I'm saying? Like on some real friend shit. That's why I kind of got annoyed when a lot of people thought he was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, but it was like, we were still cool. Like that was still my girl, bro. So it was just her energy. I got to witness this very firsthand. I was around her every day, 24/7. I mean, not all the time, because she would go straight to the back into that room. And when I would see her, like at the venue and whatever, because after the Philly situation, I barely saw her. She was dark. She just, oh my God, like, it's even scary to talk about. Like, bro, that girl, she needs to be saved. Like, I don't know if she was always like that, if it's Hollywood, but Hollywood never changed me. Like, Hollywood never changed me. But Nikki was very, very correct when she said, ain't no friends in the game. Ain't no friends in the game. But me thinking like, oh, like, I was cool with Ice, like, before all of this, da-da-da-da. I didn't think, like, she was gonna be a weirdo over time. Like, that shit was crazy. So when I told her about everything, she literally turned around. Like, when I say everything, I told her everything. I'm gonna put it in a screenshot. Honestly, it felt like it could have been a miscommunication here. She winds up telling me that she told her manager, basically after the Philly situation, she told her manager to tell my manager that I'm gonna need to get my own room. What I was confused on is that I told you how I felt in Philly, but you couldn't tell me how you felt in Philly. And that's why we weren't really friends. That's how I realized that we weren't really friends, because you can't even speak up to me, but had the audacity to say that I didn't say any of those stuff to you because I'm scared of you. Why would I be scared of you? I didn't want to punch you. I didn't want to say all those stuff above and then you completely ignore it. Because that's what you did when I mentioned the stuff that happened in Philly. You ignored it. Like, you did not care. So with that being said, if I was to explain everything like how I explained it, you would literally not care at all.